Well, I was unaware of this, but apparently Megyn Kelly made a real fool of herself when trying to talk about pepper spray. I don't even believe the stories that the guys are telling me about what she said. But apparently Megyn Kelly thought something about pepper spray and then just had no idea what was going on.
We remember the Occupy Wall Street demonstrations. I think he had a
Sure, Soros funded.
Yeah, you remember the set-in that was at Berkeley. And everybody remembers that corpulent cop who walked along just spraying pepper spray, at a very close range in these people's faces. They were, exercising their right to protest. I don't agree with them, but they have a constitutional right to
They weren't being violent.
Peacefully assemble and redress their grievances. They were not screaming racist at people. They weren't vandalizing products or anything like we see now. But that was absolutely outrageous. And, of course, that guy was put on leave, but he continued to collect his six-figure-plus salary. So he basically got a paid vacation for that. So you had this situation following that for a couple of days. And I'm not sure what this picture is.
Oh, those people were getting sprayed.
I guess that's
okay. That's the one right there. Okay, that's the iconic thing that everybody's talking about.
What?
Well, Megyn Kelly goes on with Bill O'Reilly, and they're talking about how it was all these people's fault because they disobeyed the chancellor's orders not to assemble there. So that gave them the right to use that kind of excessive force. And then Megyn Kelly said, well, pepper spray is essentially a food product. And everybody was outraged with that. And now we could run with this in the same way that she came after Alex Jones with Sandy Hook and everything and say, well, is she insane? Well, she said, I was just giving that as a background. But in the real context of that report, they were talking about how this is all justified from a law enforcement standpoint. And, of course, it's essentially a food product. So people at the time took out a petition, and they said, to back up your claim that pepper spray is a food product, please consume as much of it as was sprayed on each professor's face in one sitting on camera at Fox News.
I spray it on my Covafé every morning when I wake up.
That's
it's
right.
delicious.
That's kind of like
there was even like a Japanese animation news site that put some stuff out, having a lot of fun with that.
That's
too.
kind of like the glyphosate.
This Cuban smells really good, but you know what it could use?
Some pepper spray.
Some pepper spray. I think that would really just add
maybe some. What do you want to dip it in? Some glyphosate?
in some Covafé.
Well, the thing is that there you go. There's the one
that looks so much fun.
that they did in Asia. They're talking about how effective this is, and then they say, well,
it's very effective.
Yeah.
I've been sprayed many times.
They're spraying people in the face, and they're getting points with it. But she said things like, "We all know that Santa Claus is white," and so forth and so on. So if you want to hang somebody by their comments, you could certainly do a hit piece very easily on Megyn Kelly, like she did with Alex Jones, taking an isolated comment, take it out of context, and hang on it. We don't even need to take her comments out of context when she's talking about the pepper spray stuff, when she's talking about Santa Claus. And
That's
we all
something
know
that would have been
white.
very nice to use and bring up during the thing when she was here. Like, have you used any food product today for the?
Or just like randomly, just kind of insert it. Hey, does anyone have any pepper spray? I'm a little hungry here. I wanted to pepper up this this dish that I have here. A little pepper spray would be great, Megyn. You got any pepper spray?
Well, the interesting thing, too, is that she did a couple of different interviews with me in the sense that, first she does like a puff piece interview and then pretends that the interview is over. They keep the microphone.
Yeah, they tried to do the same to me,
We're going to do some
too.
over-the-shoulder shots and so forth. And she tried to get me to say stuff about Trump. And she says, well, you must oppose him on eminent domain. I said, oh, absolutely. And I oppose him on things like civil asset forfeiture as well. But I said, and she goes, civil asset forfeiture? What's that? She has absolutely no idea what that is. But I said, on the things I disagree with him on, we had Hillary Clinton with exactly the same issues, and he brings to the table some very important issues that no other candidate, Republican or Democrat, was talking about, and that's how to stop the encroachment of global government on taking over our country, taking over our economy.
That's funny that Megyn Kelly said that to you. When I was saying things about Seth Rich, she was like clueless to that too.
Yeah,
she has no idea. She doesn't do any research. She doesn't read anything except the teleprompter.
No idea what civil asset
She's like a real
forfeiture is.
doll.
Actually, no. All right, you know what? Okay, we're going to do it. Megyn Kelly's joining us next segment. I'm dead serious. Megyn Kelly in studio. We'll be right back. All right, we bring her on in. Bring Megyn Kelly. Bring Megyn Kelly on in. All right.
Hi, guys.
Megyn Kelly, I wasn't joking. Megyn Kelly is now joining us in studio. She wanted to clear the air about the pepper spray comments, and she's going to cook us all dinner later. Megyn Kelly joins us in studio. There you can see she never actually left. Megyn Kelly never actually left.
It's wearing a Trump T-shirt.
Hi, how's everybody doing?
Megyn Kelly is
You're not a journalist. journalist. You're not a journalist. And you're not a journalist.
Megyn Kelly wouldn't be caught dead wearing a Trump T-shirt. So that's obviously.
Oh, that's Megyn Kelly. What are you talking about, David? It's right there. It's a corpse. It's nothing but bone. It's Megyn Kelly. And then here's her arm.
What are your original thoughts on what's happening right now?
I don't know. I don't see a teleprompter anywhere to read off.
Oh.
Well, you know, the interesting thing is we also had this weekend, we had Steve Bannon troll the press. And they kept saying, you know, why aren't we seeing Sean Spicer on television? So because they're pulling back the role of the White House press corps that's been operating as a guild with their little monopoly status. And he said, well, we pulled him off because Sean got fat. And so he's doing that as a joke. And then you have Chelsea Clinton come out and say, the White House is using fat shaming to justify increased opacity.
Fully trolled. And didn't Spicer actually get a promotion too?
Yeah.
I think Spicer got a promotion.
But seriously, she doesn't recognize sarcasm. I tweeted out, is Chelsea Clinton such a dense snowflake that she doesn't understand his sarcasm? Or did her mother's obesity aid her opacity? You know, because she never had press conferences.
She's not even a good person. She didn't even tell Webster Hubble Happy Father's Day.
Wow, how rude.
She told her own guy. She's in complete denial.
You know, it's amazing because I think that there's been a lot of instances, though, where either Trump tweets something or Flynn says something or there's some, you know, mitigated thing that gets said. And then the left just blows it up. It's a fully troll. They just troll themselves over like a little, like Kofefe.
Yeah.
The perfect thing.
Yeah.
Like, okay, Trump tweets out Kofefe, and then we all kind of love to make a joke of it. It's funny. They freak out about Trump's Twitter. He does the Kofefe. It's fun. It's a joke. We all laugh. And then the left is like, look at the right. They're crazy. They're joking about Kofefe. How could they? It's not even real. It's like, yeah, we have a sense of humor. It's funny. You're the ones that freak out about Trump's Twitter.
Chelsea, she has absolutely no sense of humor.
What did you call her? Thick as a brick?
Yeah, she is thick as a brick. But
at least she's not thin as a skeleton like Megyn.
The thing is,
Skeletor.
to have the nerve to say that this is a lack of opacity when her mother probably holds the record for the fewest press conferences of anybody who's running for president. That's the amazing thing to me. Not only the total humorlessness of this political correctness, but the hypocrisy that she thinks she can get away with. I thought what Steve Bannon did was brilliant. I thought.
Isn't that just the overarching story that will never die is the blatant hypocrisy of everything that we're seeing. The Russia investigation, it was the Democrats that colluded with Trump. Russia was meddling in our election. No, that was the Democrats, or excuse me, the Democrats colluding with Russia. So it's just like this blatant hypocrisy. And now the latest is Chuck Schumer gets on the floor and says, how dare the GOP want to pass Trump care without even showing us what's in it? How dare they present Trump care, but we can't even read the bill? Up Chuck Schumer, the lowest scum in politics perhaps now. That's exactly what you did with Obamacare, and you bragged about it. Jonathan Gruber bragged about it. I mean, that's how ignorant they think the American public is.
But it is wrong to do that in secret, and it is wrong to not have an open discussion.
Of course it is. But it's like, how can Chuck Schumer say that?
Yeah, the Republicans need to be better about that. They need to call him on that hypocrisy about that, but they also need to do the right thing. And Senator Rand Paul is very upset about that as well. There's a very easy way to get rid of the criminal bankruptcy in violation of our rights and the Constitution, and Jerome Corsi laid that out in great detail. This thing is funded on money that has been stolen from Fannie and Freddie investors. They need to restore that. They could shut that down very easily. All they have to do is end the appeal. That is all that they have to do.
Thanks, Megyn Kelly, for joining us. Bye. Paul Joseph Watson on the other side.
In ancient times, man roamed the earth in a constant state of hunting or being hunted. Introducing Caveman, where cutting-edge science meets ancient super nutrients. Secure your bottle right now at InfoWarsStore.com.